Hello, everybody, and today I'm here to review Wonder Man. So, I wasn't really expecting to review this since I wasn't really excited for Wonder Man, but after learning who the cast was, I was actually a little pumped for Wonder Man. So, my history of Wonder Man, I never really knew much about the character other than he was in the West Coast Avengers, and I saw him in that infamous Avengers Unite They Stand cartoon. But it looks like Marvel decided to do an MCU show that kind of takes place outside of the main story. That it's part of the MCU, but it's just kind of its own thing. It's not really connected to anything besides the return of the Mandarin. Well, the fake Mandarin. But it stars the amazing Yahya the Third, who was in the Matrix Revolution. He played Black Manta in the Aquaman movies. He's a very gifted actor, for sure. But I don't know, I felt like he was done dirty in the DCEU and the Matrix. But I think I've seen him in some other good stuff. I'd have to look him up again. But he plays Wonder Man, who dreams of getting a big role because he is an actor in Hollywood who's trying to find his place in Hollywood, but he gets some good guidance from Ben Kingsley, legendary actor himself, who plays the fake Mandarin. So if you don't know who the Mandarin is, he is Iron Man's greatest enemy. Well, in the MCU, he was revealed to be an actor who was pretending to be the fake Mandarin, and the real Mandarin is revealed to be in Shang-Chi, which Trevor also returned in, but he returns to play Trevor, the fake Mandarin, who guides Wonder Man, who also has superpowers. He's got a lot of superpowers, but they don't really explore how he got his powers. We do get some scenes of his childhood where his father basically let him skip school, and they would go to the movies, and they would see the original Wonder Man movie, and the guy who wear the costume actually looks like how the costume would look in the comics, where it has the W, the crazy glasses, and because of that, he was inspired to become Wonder Man. But probably my favorite episode of this show, it was probably the black and white episode where they meet Josh Gad, who plays himself in this show, surprisingly. And it's revealed that he has the power, well, not Josh Gad, but Wonder Man has the power to randomly suck people in. And because of that, he causes Josh Gad to go missing, and people pay their respects until it's revealed that he was in him the whole time, and then he gets out, of course. And then when things do fade to color, the episode just ends. And even the descriptions for the Disney Plus episodes, they're very vague. They're just very quick description. Since, Disney Plus doesn't really go deep with their episode descriptions, but if you look even on the IMDb, you can see the episodes are also with the same descriptions. So they're kind of just waiting for us to figure out what goes on. But the MCU shows honestly haven't really been good for me. It's been up and down for me. I didn't really care for Ironheart. I thought about reviewing it, but I didn't really feel I had anything to say about it. But I did enjoy Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. That was a fun show. That was during, I guess you can say, the What If era. But I enjoyed Marvel Zombies. But other than that, the MCU shows have just, I don't know, they're just kind of becoming stale for me, maybe because I'm just not familiar with the characters they're introducing, and it just feels Marvel wants to introduce characters and then they kind of just don't know where to put them anymore. But they're sending a lot of good stuff with Avengers Doomsday, but I don't know if we're going to see Wonder Man in Doomsday. Probably not. If this is his only season, it'd be unfortunate, since I think Yahya the Third did really well as Wonder Man. I thought he was very compelling with Ben Kingsley. And even if this is his last performance as the Mandarin, I hope he went out with a bang. Since, Ben Kingsley, he's up there. He's a lot older, but he can still kick ass as this role. But probably the biggest thing in this, spoilers, But at the end, where Wonder Man accidentally causes like a huge power outage in Hollywood after getting into a fight with one of his colleagues, the Mandarin decides to help him get out of getting in trouble, so he decides to take on the Mandarin role again. And he actually has the voice of the Mandarin, and he's still able to wear the sunglasses and act intimidating. And then, of course, he gets hunted by a squad team, and he goes to prison. But the whole final episode is where Wonder Man does get the costume, and he does rescue the Mandarin, and it ends with them flying together. But that ending was definitely interesting for sure. But Wonder Man was definitely difficult for me to watch, since it was more a slow beat kind of show. But I felt it was very inspirational because it encourages people to go out and become actors if they want to do it, if they want to become a part of the industry. But fun fact, one of my online friends, shout out to him, he actually got to work on this show. He worked on the set. He got to be a set dresser for this show, and he actually did meet Ben Kingsley, but he got to insert one of his profiles onto the set of this show, so he's kind of part of the MCU in a way. So that's a fun little Easter egg connection I'd love to give a shout out to, if you are watching this video, of course. But Wonder Man was definitely an alright show. It was definitely a bit of a surprise for me, since the other MCU shows, like I said, didn't really work for me. This is definitely easily one of the better MCU shows, since it does take a bit to get into this. But they're really short episodes, only like 30 minutes, and it's definitely worth a watch for sure. If you want to see Wonder Man, check it out. But hopefully they do more with Wonder Man. It'd be a lot of fun, since this character is unique part of the MCU, even though there weren't really many MCU references in this show. But we did get a lot of advertisements for Daredevil Born Again. But maybe I'll talk about the trailer for season 2 of the show, since I have a lot of thoughts, of course. But that's a different topic. But Wonder Man, definitely give a 7 out of 10 for sure. I definitely like to see more in the MCU, like all that fun stuff we are prepared to see. We're finally going to see the Avengers return. We're going to finally see the Fantastic Four meet the Avengers. We're finally going to see the X-Men, hopefully. But whatever they do, I'm all for it, since this is a huge anthology series for Marvel. I'm not giving up Marvel or DC or Star Wars, so be on the lookout for other stuff for the future. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time.